You're no better off than somebody who's illiterate. How many of you have been the opposite? You read something, you get to the end of the page, and then you forgot what you just read. And you go back and you reread it, and you still don't know what you just read. Right? And that's a big problem, right? Because you're wasting your most valuable asset, which is your time. And the key to reading comprehension is asking more questions. Questions are the answer, because ask and you shall receive. So when you're taking notes, I'm going to ask you to do something new. So I'm going to ask you to put a line right down the page. Now, so on the left side, I'm capturing. On the right side, I'm creating. And what am I creating on the right side? I'm writing my impressions of what I'm capturing. Now, there are 3 magical questions you want to ask yourself. How can I use this? Now, it's so basic, but I like to make the things that are going to give you the highest return, I want to make them as simple as possible so you do it. How can I use this? The second question I obsess about, and I would capture it on the right side, why must I use this? Because if it's not a must, you're not going to do it because you have plenty of other things to do. And you know what a question I ask a lot of is like, who's counting on me to win today? And the reason I know this is because when I was driven so much, it was really my family who I wanted to make proud. Like, we all have our reasons, right? Reasons reap results. And even if remembering people's names, if you don't have a reason to remember their name, you don't. And I bet you the names you remember are people that you have some kind of intention. You're attracted to that person. They could be good for your business, right? There's some kind of motivation that's there. So find your motivation in your reading, because if you're not motivated, you're not going to read very well. Is that fair? And the third question I ask when I'm reading something is, when will I use this? So 3 questions. How can I use this? Why must I use this? When will I use this? 3 powerful questions that lead to something which I think the #1 productivity performance tool there is your calendar. Because a lot of you say you want to work out, or you want to meditate, or you want to do this self-care, and you know self-love and self-care is not selfish, and you know all this stuff, but how does your daily calendar reflect that? So when I'm taking notes, when I'm reading, I'm thinking those 3 questions. Otherwise, you'll just read a page, and you're like, okay, read 5 pages, great. Nothing happens. Nothing's different in the world because of that. All you did was invest time. And so you're no better off than somebody who's illiterate. Is that fair? Like, if you're not going to use what you're learning, you're no better off functionally in your life in terms of results than somebody who can't read at all.